This is how I make key lime pudding cake with strawberry sauce and vanilla chantilly cream. The key lime pudding cakes come out of the oven all souffled up, and after they've had a chance to cool to room temperature, the souffle falls to create a really soft textured pudding. I spooned on a generous tablespoon of strawberry sauce and topped the pudding with a rosette of vanilla chantilly cream. I used 500 milliliters high-fat cream and a tablespoon of powdered vanilla sugar and charged the cream dispenser with nitrous oxide gas. I garnished with a large sprig of mint and served the key lime pudding cake with a demitasse spoon. The soft textured key lime pudding cake, strawberry sauce, and vanilla chantilly cream all melt together in this delicious little pudding. This is how I make 3 single-serving key lime pudding cakes. I grated the zest of 5 key limes with a kitchen rasp. The zest is where all the flavor is, but I want to grate the exterior of the zest and avoid the bitter pith that lies beneath it. Key limes are very small, so I don't want to rush and watch what I am doing to avoid injury. The key limes have a unique tart flavor that becomes really nice and tangy when the juice is added to cream. I cut the limes in half and squeezed out 30 grams of lime juice into a 125 milliliter mason jar. I added 60 grams of high-fat cream, the lime zest, and gave the mixture a little stir. I set the jar aside to allow the cream to absorb the key lime flavor. I scaled 15 grams of stone ground all-purpose flour into a small jar and set the jar aside. I scaled 15 grams of vanilla powdered sugar and set the jar aside too. I scaled 15 grams of room temperature butter and 30 grams of cane sugar into a small mixing bowl. I separated a large egg between a dry mixing bowl and the mixing bowl with butter and sugar in it. I placed the bowl of egg white on a towel to help hold the bowl while I whisked a little air into the egg. I added the powdered vanilla sugar and continued to whisk. Whisking a single egg white with sugar into a soft meringue takes several minutes. I do this by hand, but mixing the egg can be done using a stand mixer. When I whisk, I want to incorporate air, so I whisk in a circular motion. I use powdered sugar so the sugar is absorbed into the egg faster. Whisking for long periods of time is like exercise. The more you practice, the easier it gets. The egg white and sugar stiffened up in a few minutes, and when soft peaks were easy to form and the eggs looked like soft meringue, I set the egg whites aside and switched bowls to prepare the rest of the batter. I creamed the butter, sugar, and egg yolk together for 30 seconds and then mixed in the lime and cream until smooth. I sifted the flour over top of the liquid and gently mixed the flour into the batter. I added the egg whites in 3 additions, folding the egg whites into the batter gently. I do not want to overmix the batter because that would allow the trapped air in the meringue to escape. The trapped air is what gives the pudding its souffle-like texture. I placed 3 125 milliliter mason jars in a frying pan and divided the batter between the 3 jars. I poured boiling hot water in the pan to come halfway up the glass jars. The water bath allows the batter to cook at 2 different temperatures. The dry heat cooks the meringue into a souffle on top, while the bottom part that is submerged under water stays soft and saucy-like. I cooked the batter in a 325 degree Fahrenheit oven for 40 minutes. I did not open and close the oven door while the puddings were cooking because that might cause the soufflés to fall before they have a chance to finish cooking. A self-saucing pudding should not be undercooked batter. The puddings were lightly brown, starting to crack, and puffed up on top when I took them out of the oven. I allowed the puddings to cool on a wire rack to room temperature before serving. I made the strawberry sauce sous vide style. I sliced and scaled 150 grams of fresh strawberries with 15 grams of local honey into a food saver bag. I sealed the bag using a vacuum sealer. The vacuum sealer removes all the air from the bag and creates a watertight seal. I cooked the strawberries in a water bath with an immersion circulator set at 85 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. I cooled the sauce completely and added the strawberry sauce to a blender tub. I processed until smooth and passed the strawberry sauce through a fine mesh sieve and into a small mason jar. Stored refrigerated in an airtight container, the sauce will stay fresh for several days.